Hello and welcome to We Got a Podcast, a podcast about Dragon Ball from A to Z, from Earth to Namek to Sadala. We cover it all. My name is Randy.
And I'm Doug.
And I'm a former core person, now Glind, Ken.
We're the world's strongest under the heavens. Trio de Dangers here every other week to talk your ear off about fights, goofs, and everything else in the Dragon Ball cosmos. Doug, how are you doing?
Doing good, buddy. I've been obsessed with the new Pokemon TCG game that came out, as you guys are as well. I cannot stop playing it. I got some nice cards. I got Moltres, the rainbow rim one. I don't know if you guys know that one, but yeah, got him, and I'm excited about that.
Heck yeah.
It's
you guys
too
any good
good.
pulls?
It's too good.
This, yeah.
I'm
this is
in it
the
all
first
the time.
MOBA game I have ever played. I don't mess with the genre. I don't like them. I'm always making fun of people who play Dokkan, right? Because you're just collecting PNGs in that game, right? And you can just go to Spriter's Resource or Maxi Uchiha 22 on DeviantArt.
Now
and you
who's
can just
laughing?
pull all his
Now
renders.
who's laughing?
I never got it before. I get it now.
Yes, absolutely, dude. Just it took Pokemon cards. I love how they kind of more focused on the whole opening packs as opposed to the battling. Like that was the priority. Because I had the app before where I just played. I think I might have mentioned on the podcast years ago when I played it how angry I would get because the battle system just kept screwing me over with never giving me energies. And now this one you get energy every turn, and it's a shorter battle because it's not 6 prizes. You only need 3 wins to win. So it's great.
It is good. I finished all of the solo battles last night, so now I just do online ones.
Yeah, I've been getting crushed online because I'm not getting enough cards to make another deck that is actually playable. So I got my Executor team.
There you go. I signed up for the 2-week free trial premium.
Me
thing,
too.
And I might keep paying. I might pay it and do it.
If this subdues my buying real physical packs in real life to just $10 a month, I'm happy. This satisfies the itch of collecting Pokemon cards because it's fun to collect them and then I got this card, but now I got to put them somewhere. I'm like I don't have any room. I need the room for figure. I know they're cards, but still the binders start stacking up, and so this is nice to just have it all digital. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that there's not enough people playing the PvP right now because the rewards aren't good enough.
Yeah, the fact that if you lose, you don't get anything except the thank you that limits you to 5 a day anyway. That's a real bummer for me. Because I suck at the fighting game anyway, so I don't want to. It sucks to lose one, and I don't want to do that again. Just to lose again and get nothing out of it.
Yeah, and then it's also a solved game. There is one best deck, and Misty is too good or something. Shouts out, I got 2 Misties. Hit me up if you want to trade when that opens up.
Dude, I opened up on my second phone just so I can keep opening the beginning packs, but it wouldn't let me battle between the two. I don't know if that's just my own internet connection or if they figured out a way that I'm actually
account.
No, different account. I didn't even link it to anything yet, to a Nintendo account or email. But I'm just scared that when you open up the trading, it won't let me trade between the two because I got a bunch of good stuff that I didn't get on my main account. So,
just like the old day when you'd buy blue and red on 2 different Game Boys.
Who needs friends? I'm my own friend.
I was just very happy because I had put it on my phone, and then I was like, oh, let me install it on my tablet and see how that runs. And then I was like, okay, do you want to transfer your data? And I'm like, oh no, do I have to do this every single time between devices? And then I did it. And no, they're synced. I could play it on my phone, close it, immediately open my tablet, and everything just continues.
Are you serious?
So,
dude,
I'm serious.
I'm putting it on my iPad, dude.
I have a tablet. I can make a third account. I can just keep opening packs.
You have a Fire tablet, which doesn't actually run standard stuff, so maybe you'd have to check.
That's right.
Because they keep it on a older version of Android. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Still, and also just to chronicle, just to keep showing what I got figure wise. I got some really good stuff this time around. I got the hard to get old Android 18.
Hey, she looks pretty young. She doesn't look old. Oh, okay.
The 1.0 version. There's newer event exclusive versions of these figures, but these are the older ones that go for $200 each. I paid less than half of that for each. So thank you, Poncho.
This is gonna kill you, Doug. But back in the day, they were actually really easy to get.
Shut. I know. I had to stop for whatever reason. I just stopped at collecting Piccolo, Gohan, and Piccolo. Did I say Gohan twice? Whatever. I collected 4 and all right, I'm good. Little did I know, if I look back in the future, no, Doug, buy them then.
Always.
But Doug at that time didn't have the funds to do that anyway, because I was still young and with no degree, so things change though.
It is how it is. Ken, how are you doing?
Well, I was going to also talk about the Pokemon trading card game, but now we're in episode 94, so people are probably thinking like, oh, you guys must have episode 100 coming up. What are you going to do? Are you going to do something cool? Well, technically, this is episode 100.
What?
Insofar as it's an episode of We Got a Podcast featuring at least two of us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Come again?
Because for a long time it was you
bonus.
two.
Yeah.
And then I am counting our 6-episode Ava movie series, which not enough of you guys have listened to. So definitely check that out.
It's surprisingly good,
incredible work.
Great time with that we had with that Ava stuff.
But if you're paying attention, we did intro those episodes still as We Got a Podcast. Hello and welcome to We Got a Podcast, a podcast normally about Dragon Ball. From Nerve to Casper to Asuka, we're going to cover it all. So technically, it's part of the canon of the show.
Yeah, but it's unnumbered. So I'm going to say that doesn't count.
Now we're going to fight.
2.22, 3.33.
You know what I mean.
This is
Randy, what have you been up to?
Me? Okay. I'm going to go through this stuff real fast. Wanted to remind people, because this will be coming out mid-November, that...
You should have voted.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah.
If you didn't...
Is your country on fire right now?
We're recording the day before the election day, so...
Yeah. So you should check out the Final Forum podcast, that episode that came out on the 5th. So tomorrow for us, in the past for you. Check that out, where I joined Kame House Party and we just talked about original Dragon Ball, the anime, and kind of reviewed all of the arcs. We had a good time. And you should have also seen that there's a Sparking Zero bonus episode that was in your feed from last week. So give that a listen.
I don't remember recording for that.
Yeah. I mean, you guys were unavailable, so I just got...
I had a free week. I was playing Sparking Zero.
Yeah, you got it working. He fixed that plug, and then he was able to play Sparking Zero just fine.
So I was joined by Tyson and Jay, Golden Portable, and T. Hallams to talk about Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and we had a gay old time, and we had a nice discussion. Longer than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a 45-minute episode.
Always the case with these episodes.
Yeah, it's tough.
Before we came in here today, I told my wife, there's no way this is going to be a long one.
There's no way.
We'll try. Sonic X Shadow Generations. I beat Sonic Generations this morning. Started Shadow Generations. Holy crap. Shadow stuff is incredible.
That one looks good. I've seen Video Donkey play that, like his video about it, and it looks incredible. Not even just for a Sonic game, just as incredible as a game.
Yeah, I'm like an hour and a half in, and it's a blast. I also want to give a shout out to a movie I saw over the weekend real quick called Robot Dreams. I believe it was made in Spain or something, but there's no dialogue. And it's like a full, 100-minute long thing, animated film, and it's just great. It's about a lonely guy who buys a robot, builds a robot to be a best friend, and just how their adventures in New York go, where nobody says any words.
Nice.
So very easy to bring over to other markets, you know.
I'll wait for the Japanese dub.
Yeah, that's the one you really got to wait for. I mean, so there's one musical song. There's one song that they, have a needle drop in for a couple of times because they're hanging out, they're dancing. They start playing September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. And I said out loud to my husband, "Oh, I love this Budokai song." So you could always just
nice. All right.
Instead.
Perfect.
So that was good. And I also just want to shout out, I had said Tyson had joined me for that Sparking Zero episode. The Totally Not Mark YouTube channel recently had a video that Tyson did that was how Daima was affected by the death of Toriyama, and just going through how the opening is composed and the history of it. And it opened my third eye.
It was a very interesting revelation for me. I didn't know anything about it, and wow, what a video! Yeah, definitely go check that video out. It's fantastic.
Super, super good. And that's everything I had here. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about? More Pokemon. I'm seeing you guys saying more Pokemon. You're mouthing it to me.
Yeah, I'll open a pack on stream. I'm just kidding.
We're not.
I have one waiting.
So we wanted to keep this tighter. So let's try to do that. We're going to do Daima episodes 3 and 4. Ken, don't make that face when I say tighter. It makes
people
everybody
can see
feel
right
awkward.
Now. They're looking at the timeline. They know how long this episode is.
They can tell, yeah.
Well, I don't know. This is the fun of it. We don't know how this is going to go. So, Dragon Ball Daima. We're doing episodes 3 and 4. What is it? It's the newest anime series that started out on October 11th, 2024. It's got the most Toriyama involvement of any series from the past, so that's exciting. And it takes place in the middle of Chapter 517, after the fight with Boo, before the 10-year time skip. And people love to just put stuff there, so we're shoveling more stuff in there. Ken, what's happened so far in this show?
Last time on Dragon Ball Daima, filling the void left behind by Dabra's death, King Goma steps up as the new Great Demon King. Goaded on by Kaioshin's siblings, Goma enlists the aid of Neva, the sole remaining Demon Realm Namekian, to invade Earth and use their Dragon Balls to turn Goku and friends into children. To make matters worse, Goma kidnaps Dende and returns to the Demon Realm with the Goo Goo Gaga God in tow. As Earth's warriors mount a rescue plan, Glorio arrives to enlist Goku's help in dethroning the greedy Goma. What adventures await us in this Daima wonderland?
I hope that last line is in every single recap from here on out, because that's
Daima Wonderland. That's great.
That's so good. My brain, 70% of the time, just has that lyric just dancing around in my brain. So it's an earworm. Temperature check, you guys. What did we think about this? Doug, I want to start off with you. Episodes 3 and 4.
Pacing was a little slower than I was anticipating last time we watched the first 2 episodes. But I still enjoyed my time regardless. There's a lot of like rules of like, hey, this is a kind of like subverting the 10 times gravity of different planets and like how it affects your body. It's kind of similar but different in these episodes. It's kind of nice, showing a lot of like nice RPG elements, like with like the bugs and everything. I like immediately I thought that, and then I saw people online also mentioning that. I'm like, oh wow, okay, it definitely is not just me. It's actually a thing. I kind of want to play a game. I was hoping like, oh, maybe Kakarot will subvert itself and make it into an RPG section for like this DLC for the game, but who knows? I mean, I doubt it, but I just want one now so bad.
We're going to get to that Daima DLC, Ken. And you know those things, every time when we start these new packs, they're like, oh, go over here and eat all of these foods to like up all of these stats. It's just going to be bugs. It's just going to be a whole bunch of bugs.
Yeah.
Ken, what did you think?
It's hard to say because in the moment, right, I enjoy this. I watch it in Japanese when it airs in Japan, and then I watch it again later when I get home and I watch it subbed. But if I think back on this, like, I don't know. I don't like want to watch it again.
Right. It's like necessary, but I don't care about seeing it again.
It just feels like we're still too much in the dancing around GT territory, right? Like, remember when they left Earth in GT, they go to planet Omega right away.
Right.
In
where
which
they're all like kind of downtrodden.
Becomes a fugitive. And they're like shaking people down for money. And so why is this happening again right away?
We didn't learn our lesson, apparently.
And I think it might not be as noticeable if we hadn't just watched GT last year. Like maybe we did ourselves a major disservice, just in general with GT, but then also in reflecting this series. And I just can't let that go. And so maybe like in 10 years, I'll feel differently about Daima. But right now, it's just, I'm still in that mindset of, okay, but why?
That's fair. I think I have a lazy brain because I'm not being hyper analytical when I'm watching these. I'm just like, all right, yeah, new episode. Can't wait to see where this goes. Oh, that was fun. I had a good time. There was jokes, there was jabs, and I'm out. And I can't wait for next week. So
I think a lot of it is that the whole meta of it all, where we already know as grown adults, we already know, okay, there's this girl. We don't need the mystery. We know who this girl is. Like, okay, we're in the demo world. We know we were going to be here from the beginning when the show was announced. So it's like stuff that we're like, all right, let's get to it. Whereas if we just watch it all blind from the beginning, it's like, oh, this is cool. This is cool. Oh, we're in this place now. That's cool. But, it's different now because we know about everything beforehand. That they've showed us.
I really hope that it's going to come together in the end in an amazing way, right? We are only 4 episodes into the show. We don't know 100% how many episodes there's going to be. There's been a lot of chatter online, but we don't know for sure, right? And I don't like the idea of having this feeling all the way through, especially if this is being talked about in a way of like, this is Toriyama's last big thing.
Yeah.
I want to feel more positive about it. And I hope that we get that get there in the end, which will like retroactively make me like all these episodes more. I'm just struggling with that at this point in the show.
I'm having trust in them. I'm kind of veering towards the positive, optimistic side that we will end up liking it. They'll turn the story, like once things are established, now we'll get going. Things will start moving quicker and better.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of establishing still going on for this. I mean, it makes sense. We're in a whole new realm. We got to like learn the rules and like the cultures and how all this stuff sort of shakes out. It'd be nice if it was more paced out. I mean, but maybe there's still just a lot more to go through. This is World 1 of 3, so
yeah. I think also once Vegeta and Piccolo enter the show, it'll make things a lot more interesting. We'll have more characters other than just Goku. Well, the dynamics of those three together.
I hope they never show up, to be honest. I like this strange group of Goku, a known quantity to everybody, Kaioshin, who's relatively new, at least in the terms of where this show is taking place. And like, I don't know, we just know that he was worried about Boo and he's ineffective at everything he's ever done. I feel.
Yeah. I'll say in this show's defense, I think this is the most I've ever liked Kaioshin. He's competent. Yes. He's helping the plot move forward in a compelling way. Yeah, and he's just helping like the lore kind of unfold itself, even if some of it's contradicting assumptions we've had in the past.
His panic and concern comes off more like less whiny because he's not an adult anymore. Because he's a kid, it comes off more like adorable, like you should really watch out or don't treat this character this way. It's not a goldfish. Stop calling him a goldfish.
I like him more than Goku right now. I think Goku.
Wow.
So, Doug, last episode you asked if Goku is being written dumbly, right? And I argued against that.
Yeah.
I think maybe we're kind of slipping into that now.
Because I always start imagining like, okay, if adult Goku was saying what he's saying right now, would it seem dumb Goku? And it does. So I don't know.
Yeah. Not a fan right now.
Yeah. Well, I think we've been diving into a lot of the more particulars. So how about we just jump into episode 3 and we just go through it beat by beat here and talk about some stuff, some things we thought that were lacking or things that we really liked, and maybe some little tidbits here along the way. So episode 3, just titled Daima. We're going to jump right in here. So Glorio's plane takes off to a warp sama in the Raka system near planet Batapi. Glorio claims that Goma is a powerful wizard, but as Goku managed to defeat Majin Buu, he's confident Goku can beat Goma.
Tons of like unnecessary lore being dumped here. We have multiple warp samas spread all throughout, which makes sense because when they were warping from the demon realm, it was like, okay, well, which area do you want to go to? So I guess they were warping to another warp sama, as we see in this. So just expanding that, we've got planet Batapi, which is just literally a product called Batapi buttered peanuts.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and then you have the Raka Seikei, or Raka system, which is just a pun on peanuts, and also a guy's name from DBZ Movie 3, one of the twin little guys.
Yep.
Is that right? Yeah.
Raisin little purple guys. Yeah.
We've got another pin that's being dropped, and they keep subtitling this as pin number. When number is in the letter N.
Did it really? That's hilarious. Where's the ATM machine at?
So when we did the first episode, I don't know if we talked about this, but the pin to get from the Demon Realm to Universe 7 was 0493. And when you take that in reverse, it's San Q 40 years for Dragon Ball. And so
I forgot there was a pin number in the original episodes.
And the pin gets dropped here, everyone starts picking it apart. Well, backwards, you get 1288. It's Nozawa's 88th birthday. So she's 88 now. How old is Goku at the beginning of the series? He's 12. So I think there's a lot of... We're looking for stuff now, right? Like I always think back to Breaking Bad, spoilers, kind of. They tell you what's going to happen, the big twist at the end of that season, in season 2. They give you all the clues in the episode titles. And there's certain ones that correspond, yeah. And so season 3 starts and everyone's looking for stuff, right? So it's, are we looking for something that's not there with this pin? Is it just random? So that's what we have to look forward through the rest of the series. We're picking apart every number.
Every little thing. What does that mean?
Everything has to have meaning, yeah.
So they put themselves on the foot because then what if they just do something randomly and it's just like, there was no meaning behind it. We just decided to make the sky purple, which is the nearest color we had marker.
They're still using markers over there for making these TV series.
We forgot what color Karin is again. Now he's blue. Now he's brown.
Right? Trunks' hair is blue. Why? Why is it blue now?
So Kaioshin makes a point to relay their location to Kibito via telepathy. They greet Warp Sama and lie about all being from the Demon Realm to gain access, and with magic being used to transform Goku's ears to really sell it. It's fun.
It's cute.
It's fun and cute, but Warp Sama sees Goku with his normal ears.
At first, right?
At first, yeah.
Well, okay, so I think I remember this. I had like a crackpot theory where it's like, haha, that's a really good like thumbnail shot of Goku with the ears that all the YouTubers are gonna make now. And I'm like, wait, I didn't check this, but doesn't him when he transforms into Nozaru have like pointy ears? Does Nozaru have pointy ears?
Yeah.
So like that's his inner self, right?
Oh damn, dude! Whoa. Are you trying to say that the Asayan's original form was Ozaru and they came from demons. The Demon Realm?
Yes, that Saiyans are demons.
Damn.
Note that.
Put it in the wiki.
Hashtag Frieza was right.
Frieza was right.
These people are demons.
That's all I'm saying. You can't fool the goldfish, so maybe he's onto something. Maybe he's like, oh, okay, now that checks out.
It's fair. So then they get, further in. Kaioshin unfortunately does not relay the pin used to get in before they get through to the other side. There are 3 hatches, each leading to a different world in the Demon Realm. Goma would be through the first, but they must take the third, as that's all that Glorio has access to and clearance for. This feels very video gamey of like, we can't go to that world yet. We got to go to the last one and then work our way all the way over there.
Yeah, and the obvious like showing of like, oh, there's the barriers that have never been opened and then they never will be. Okay.
And so the hatches are color-coded. The first demon world is red. The second one is blue. And the third one is yellow. So we're in these episodes, we're in the third demon world, and it's like yellowish, kind of the sky and the way all the sky's not yellow, but the way the landscape is.
The vibe.
Yeah.
And then if you look in the ending screen or the ending theme, there's a planet that looks a whole lot like Namek in there.
Yeah.
And so that'll probably be second demon world. And then of course red, we've already seen it of where Goma's at.
It was on the cover of like the promotional poster.
Yeah,
so that
literally those are the
one,
3 demon worlds. So
this looks like Namek kind of, or like it at least has the Namek vibe. So
where the Namekians probably emigrated from. Yeah.
Well, we know a different race that came from there, which we'll get to soon.
I'm still gonna have to show off that bag in a natural way. Thank you. Continue.
It came up organically. Kaioshin also points out the Demon Realm tunnel system that has been sealed off to make it impossible for most people to move between these different worlds. Yeah, we've got more things of like, that's true. Fast travel for when you need to get back to that place after you had to like pop back to that one shop that had that one thing you needed.
Yeah.
My guess is that this is going to, so I'm sure Goku is going to go through some sort of, it's like Dark Souls, right? Or a Souls game, right? Where you unlock like a path. And so even if you die, then you can go and you can just go through it again. So they're going to do whatever, go to the second world, and then Bulma, Piccolo, and Vegeta will come after them and then just be able to use this tunnel to catch up to them.
Right. Use that shortcut.
How they're going to get there faster.
Wow. Good use of Demon Souls. I don't even play the game, but I know what you're talking about.
Me either. And I came up with it. So, long ago, people used to be able to travel freely between the demon worlds, and then someone put a shield of light over this.
Did they say just someone? We didn't get some. We didn't get who?
I don't think they say who. Not yet. They're saving that lore dump for later.
Cool.
Doctor Arinsu.
Maybe. One of her experiments. The only people who can use Warp Sama are from the first world and select people from the second. So patriarchy is at work here.
Yeah.
Of course.
Dude, this is definitely the Sector 7 slums of the demon worlds.
I mean, you're not wrong, I suppose. More video game stuff. So we are here at the Demon Realm, third world. We got flying dragons, we got floating islands, we got exploding volcanoes with smelly gas, a big Dabra statue, and heavy air.
Ken?
Me and Doug both thinking Ichiban show, where we going? Come on, give me that Dabra. I'm there.
Peace. That'd be pretty cool. Why is it in the middle of nowhere? Why is it not in a town somewhere? Why is it in the middle of a desert? Or is that the entrance where the warp will always take you?
Doug, maybe it didn't used to be a desert.
That's what I'm thinking.
Sandland, baby.
Yeah. So at the same time, right? Because in the next episode, there's a guy that looks a lot like Thief, right? And so my wife she'd seen Sandland, and so she couldn't pinpoint what he looked like. And then I'm thinking, right, like, what if Sandland is in the same continuity as Daima, right? Not the same Earth, but a different universe. And like Lucifer or Satan left the demon realm when Dabra got to become king. And then he's like, well, I'm just going to do my own little like demon enclave over here on this little Earth. Think about it.
You think maybe that's why they pushed Sandland as much as they did into the world? Because
that was a different studio. That wasn't Toei, I don't think. So,
because of all Toriyama works, like Sandland was the one that they definitely pushed a lot within the past few years. So it's just kind of strange. It would be really cool to see Beelzebub one day just kind of in the background somewhere. But yeah.
That would be sick.
I mean, unless this is like Ioku's master plan.
Right. If this is Toyotaro or Toyable, they're the same person, right? If it was them, they would have done something with it, tied it together somehow.
Could have, yeah. The team decides to travel on foot, Glorio dropping that Kaioshin is a Glind that are usually from the second demon world. So Ken, what's up with this? What's a Glind?
Well, and just real quick, likewise, Kaioshin recognizes Glorio as someone from the third demon realm, but who does work in the first, who this and that. I think he says, what's the word he uses?
Iroiro.
Iroiro, yeah. Okay, so Glind, or if you know who Best Bob is, they are adapting it as Good Indian instead to preserve the pun Gurindojin. So if you take Gurindo and you move it around, you get Donguri or acorn. Now, this is significant. This is a significant change because in the last episode, we talked about core people, right? What we didn't talk about was the Japanese terminology for core people, which is Shinjin. And you might be thinking like, oh, Kaioshin is a core person, a Shinjin. That Shin kanji must, of course, be the god kanji, but it's not. It's a different kanji, still pronounced Shin, but it's like the kanji for marrow or pith, something of inside that you're filling. And so you could say that's the core, a core person, or Herms likes to adapt it as a pit people because of the Momotaro, I almost said Momotaro meme, but that's not right. Momotaro legend of, a person born in a peach. Whereas in the guidebooks, they kind of show an apple instead. So it's, pick your poison there. So we're moving from pits to acorns in the lore terminology for Kaioshin.
Okay.
I mean, 10 years worth of refining and thinking. And, now we've got a bunch of things that are like, I don't know if they're the same. It's family sort of thing because we've got like seeds and like legumes and
I don't know. And you got to say Krillin is
legumes.
Actually a deity, a Shin.
That's true.
So we might be at that part of the story where, again, I'm just floating this idea here, but we know Daima existed before Toriyama. This is not 100% his idea, but maybe this is something where he took stuff he's workshopped before in the guidebooks and in interviews and is starting to adapt it to fit into a larger framework. And maybe that's what we're encountering here with the Glinds or Good Indians.
Gotcha. So after this whole thing, they're still going on foot. Everybody is attacked by some demon bandits, and Glorio goes on the offensive and scares them away. So I'm trying to remember, does he just like run real fast, dodge all of these slow arrows because of the bad air? Does he use his gun?
He does.
Yeah, in that really poorly drawn. Well, it's not poorly drawn. It just looks ugly, which is a strange distinction to make.
It's true. It's well drawn of just something that doesn't look great. That's fine.
Right.
So they decide to head for a hotel in the next town. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about for those bandits?
The Sea of Darkness.
There's a pit of darkness. Yeah, that's definitely prominent.
Yeah. And there's like
fall down there or
worst. So in this episode, they say like you'll straight up die or whatever, and then the next one they say like, oh, that would be a bad thing if you fell into the Sea of Darkness. It's like, well, which one is it? Is it going to destroy
kind of implying
your life,
that stuff
or is
maybe
it an
does happen down there?
Yeah,
Gaz and Mez are down there,
and then we see something fly out of it. So it's like, I'm sorry, Randy.
Yeah, and like the bunny or whatever that Goku was chasing, didn't it jump in it too?
So yeah, so what's the deal with this?
Yeah, we're gonna find out, I guess, eventually.
Invisible
Mystery.
walls in Kakarot. That's the only reason it's there.
Oh, there you go.
Geniuses.
So they head for a hotel in the next town. Glorio tells them that this journey will take them to King Kadan, the man who sent Glorio on this mission. I didn't look this up. Is there a name pun for this dude?
Kadan just means flower bed.
Oh, okay.
Simple as that. And we've already established flower and seed puns throughout this series.
Mm-hmm. Gotta keep it going. Glorio barters / threatens the inn owner for a lower rate for a hotel room.
I got a gun, mother effer. You better walk.
Look at this.
Give me a discount.
Immediately. Yeah, man. Goku
Well,
is
I guess not
hungry.
a discount. They're really jacking up the prices on them.
True. Or maybe these guys are just trying to, eke by because they got to be paying up 3 gold coins later. And here we are. Glorio might be putting this dude out of business and life.
Yeah.
Goku is hungry, so they head to a bar across the street to grab some burgers. And then while that's going on, Goku is attacked by some demons who notice his ears aren't pointy. And Goku proceeds to kick their butts as he chows down, using his environment to defeat them, Jackie Chan style. Which I thought was very fun.
I don't know how I feel. I don't think I like how much the ear thing is becoming a very definite this you're a demon if you have ears thing. It was kind of cute when it was just most likely you're a demon if you have pointy ears, but now it's no, it's a staple. It's you are or you're not kind of thing.
Yeah, what is the base knowledge of people in the demon realm? Because on Earth, your Earthlings have no idea about the demon realm, and they see people like Piccolo and we know there's this mass emigration from the demon realm. But not necessarily the other way. How often are they running into people with round ears in the demon realm? What do the demon realm people know? So
how do they know it?
Yeah. Are they... this is where I have to be really careful about the words that I'm going to use, but I'm going to say this anyways. Are we running into GT levels of story convenience?
Yeah. Because that's what I feel like the pin is all about, too. Is the pin just a story element to keep... Piccolo and Vegeta away just a little bit longer, or to have some kind of tension there? I'm I don't like that. Just for story purposes.
But there's a built-in logic to it. Whereas here, it's why do these people know?
Right. Just for convenience, I guess so.
Yeah, it's getting kind of weird there. So after this whole thing, which I have to say, that fight, very, very fun.
Yeah, very fun.
Over and over again.
First time we get to see Goku in action as a youngin'.
That's true. The group gets some shut-eye, but the next morning they see that the people they tussled with last night stole their plane. So now we really got to go on foot with no other options.
Wasn't Glorio I thought I locked it?
In the end credits for this, all of those people that Goku is fighting inside the hotel, or the bar, excuse me, they're just referred to as Majin. So...
just generic demons?
Yeah, so we've had Majin being said a few times in the series before, in reference to Goma, and then Goma was saying he was going to talk to the Majin people in the different kingdoms or whatever. So we're not talking necessarily Majin Buu. This is just kind of being used in more or less of a pronoun type way, just like a regular noun.
Okay.
A Majin, a demon person.
Yeah.
Rather than, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what they were.
Not not a Jin, an untranslated Majin. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to say something. And I know that we had talked about before of come on, when are we going to start really moving and have things happening? Thinking after this one, and I think I'm most thought of it after episode 4, is that are we also following GT too much to the point of we don't got a B plot really going on? It's always just these three, what's going on? We never cut back to Goma and Dende and them. What are they doing? How is Bulma's thing going? Can we just have little jokes here and there? I don't know. I feel like there's something that is missing there.
It's going to be even worse when they're all kind of together again. They'll beat just the A plot.
Right.
Unless we see more of Goma. I feel like Goma's his own Emperor Pilaf type thing where, Emperor Pilaf had his own B plot in the beginning. But
right.
Within these 2 episodes, I never picked up about the B plot thing, and as another connection to GT.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really disappointed we didn't see Goma, Degasu, and especially Dr. Arinsu, shouts out, in these 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until you mentioned it, Randy. Yeah, we didn't see
Yeah.
them on all these 2 episodes.
No sight of these guys. What are they doing? What is, show me some hijinks of Degasu having to, change Dende's diaper, even though, dude doesn't eat food.
Yeah, that's true. Is Goma, now, is he in charge? Did he get everything he wanted right now? There's no contention?
No,
what is the word I'm looking for?
He still wants the Oculus Tertius.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so we should be seeing more of him. Hopefully in the next episode. I don't know, but...
Well, we know we're going to see him in episode 5. Next episode.
Oh, from the next episode preview? Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's about time. So, you guys ready to move on to episode 4?
Ready.
Let's do it. Here we go. Episode 4, Chatty. With no plane and the air making it exhausting to fly, the group moves forward on foot. Out of the Sea of Darkness comes a huge monster. As the team tries to fly over, Glorio beats it up and Goku mentions that he might be even stronger than Kaioshin.
Which is not a high bar to clear, but... Okay. Glorio doesn't know what ki is, right? So how is he Bukujutsuing?
That's okay.
Vegeta could Bukujutsu without knowing ki, or I guess he knew of ki, but just didn't know how to read it without the scatter.
Right, can't sense it.
So I guess he couldn't sense it. Okay, all right. Plot hole filled.
I would also say, doesn't Piccolo say that he doesn't use Bukujutsu? He has a technique similar to it. And he is a demon person.
That's
so maybe everybody here uses something similar to that, whatever that was.
They don't need their own ki.
I could be remembering incorrectly. Maybe I was correct.
Well, I keep harking back on episode 1 where they were seeing them using ki blast, and they're using magic. So that's got to be something that's distinct about this demon realm.
I think you're right about the Piccolo thing, Randy, because I think there is actually a guidebook line about that, and Caramel Mama doesn't just make stuff up most of the time. They would have pulled that line from somewhere.
Fair. Which is kind of a weird thing. Why would, sprinkle that in back in the 80s of
it's
it's different. Why? Why can't you just lie?
For this reason, for 2024.
He's using Daima Buku Jutsu, which is totally different.
Yeah. Now, I want to go back and say it would be impressive if this dude is stronger than Kaioshin. Kaioshin is a god, and also... Granted, he's not as strong as Goku and crew during the Majin Buu stuff, but he's got to be at least Frieza strength or something like that, which is
I think
pretty high up there.
He wasn't
on a galactic scale
in comparison to our protagonist because there's Majin Buu around there. But I'm pretty sure he was strong, very, very strong.
I could be wrong. I think the only time we ever see him fight is in Super in the manga.
He got his ass kicked against Majin Buu when he first got revived. I remember him doing specifically a fighting pose and trying to fight him off, but he gets blasted.
Is that anime only, or
is it?
Because in the manga, he does a paralysis thing on Babidi.
Yeah,
but
maybe in the anime too. Maybe he just does that. I'm picturing him fighting, but not really. He's just getting his ass beat.
It's his favorite thing to do. Back on the road shortly before being attacked again, this time by a demon with a club, Goku senses him and warns them before he takes him down. Glorio is unfamiliar with ki, and Goku explains it, and his whole sensing thing. I'm not, upset about the ki thing. What was weird to me watching this episode is all right, let's start the episode. They're going out, they're attacked by a monster. Okay, solved. Okay, they're attacked by something else. Just seemed weird to do the same thing back to back.
Yeah, I guess it's just hammer home that it's dangerous out here in the demon realm. But then you have Goku that really diminishes that. It's not that dangerous because they're nothing compared to Goku. I personally do like the whole them not knowing what ki is. It could make it very interesting in the future for other things they do in the story.
Oh yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
The way you guys are talking about how dangerous the Daima world is supposed to be makes me think of One Piece, where they make this big deal about going to the Grand Line and how terrible the Grand Line will be and how dangerous it is. And then they get to the Grand Line and there's just normal ass people living on the Grand Line.
Towns and just people that are just living lives.
Living lives on the Grand Line.
It's weird.
What also is it's interesting how nonchalant either how Goku is open to explaining ki. It's not a weird thing to him. Oh, you don't know what ki is? He's no, just I'm explaining what ki is. So maybe
right.
The demon realm has her own thing.
he lives out in the boonies with Chi-Chi and his family. Surely he's had to explain to neighbors, like when they see, oh, you're blasting something. What the heck is that? You're flying. Like, it's Ki, whatever.
Maybe. But I feel like even to like when villains or like to Vegeta, they had to explain. He was like surprised, like, you don't know what Ki is, or just something to someone. I forget.
That's right. The demon realm has Riki. They don't have Ki.
Riki?
Doug, do you know what Riki was?
Riki D's nuts? I don't know. Is this a joke that I'm gonna?
When they were reading power levels, Babidi and Dabra were reading everyone's power levels off the little juicer item
Kiri.
thing.
Yeah.
Is it?
Kiri levels. I believe it's Kiri.
So which one is the actual word and which one is
What's my cutie level?
It's the chakra for power, or the kanji
the
for
chakra
power.
for power.
And one of them, it's read Kiri or Riki, but they switch it. I don't remember which one is which.
Mm-hmm. So
and
Kiri
Randy's
is what's used in the show.
Okay.
And manga.
So Riki is the reading of the kanji. Correct?
Is it? The name is a pun on Riki, the Japanese word for power.
Okay. Oh, one of the many readings of that kanji.
Right, because it's the same kanji as like Chikara, which is,
Yeah, that's where I got chakra from, Doug.
My apologies.
Okay. So the group finds a tea kettle-shaped rest stop to get some grub. Goku doesn't like the bitter soup, which is a great throwback to like, what is it, like chapter 2 of the manga when
coffee.
Bulma makes the house and has the coffee and he drinks it and he's like, that soup is bitter. It's just, that's good. I love that. That makes me giggle. Glorio, ever the haggler, manages to get the store owner to let them use their Sky Seed for a cheaper price. Goku looks over all the bugs they have on offer, including join bugs that can merge two people together, just like fusion.
It's so on its face, right? Like, hide it a little better about your RPG mechanics in my face.
Even Goku's like, oh, yay, fusion, we know that. It's like, all right.
No.
And then, just these different items to use.
What doesn't make sense about the join bug is they specifically say that it's for you feed halves to 2 people and they can fuse for a while. But then the picture shows 3 guys.
Does it?
And there are 3 Tamagamis.
Oh.
And there's also Goku, Piccolo, and Vegeta. Are they going to become a 3-man?
Whoa. Oh, they would include a demon in there, make themselves a demon.
Tamagamis are all going to...
I really hope
Tamagamis are all going to fuse, and it's going to be, I'm Omega Tamagami.
Oh, no.
With the 3 Dragon Balls in his chest, but they're massive, and he falls forward.
I like to call him Yisheng Tamagami, but...
Nice. You freaking nerd. All right, get out of here.
Doug, I was stepping all over you when you were talking.
No, I'm just saying I don't like how Dragon Ball has now become the fusion fan thing, where it's like, I want to see this character fuse, I want to see that character fuse. Like, it's become the fusion show after the Majin Buu, after it was introduced then. I wish they'd be introduced new things.
I didn't even think to mention this, but I meant to. Is the weird air of the demon realm have anything to do with Majin Buu's weird air?
Oh, we're unfused Vegito?
Yeah. Or, in this continuity.
Right. Maybe they'll try the fusion dance and it won't work, but it's like the bugs will work, though. They're not affected by the bad air. Well, I guess it was the Potara that was harmed by the bad air or diffused by it.
Yeah, please. The Metamories are much more sophisticated than that.
Well, this Vegeta, being so close to the Buu arc, he hasn't learned the fusion dance from Trunks yet, so...
It's true.
Oh.
They're going to get some earrings. Doesn't Kaioshin still have them?
Yes.
Is he still wearing these?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a dream last night, actually, on a total tangent. I had a dream where there were these gacha machines, and they all had like different kind of Dragon Ball things in them. And one of the things you get was like Potara earrings, and I just kept putting coins in, and I was never getting
real.
Them. Nightmare.
That's real. It's literally real. That's currently the thing going on right now. You can get Potara earrings, battle armor, Sensu, and yeah. Oh, no, Cybermen seeds are one of the things you can get in the gacha machines.
Wild. So they go to use the Sky Seed and rocket over the Sea of Darkness before... There's no landing mechanism. You're just going to crash. That's how this goes. We're just throwing you. It's just aerodynamic.
Tao Pai all over again. It's great.
I love the guy who gets them on the Sky Seed. This guy had the kind of energy I've been wanting from the show for a while. Just almost like Mr. Satan type of just very bombastic nature. And I'm like, yes, this is what I love. give me more of this. And then it's like, then we're just going to get rid of that again. It's gone.
Let's hope more characters are like this, but yeah.
He's going to be part of that 3-person fusion later.
Please, God.
Well.
So back to continuing on foot, the group discussed the nature of the Dragon Balls here in the Demon Realm. 3 of them, 1 per world, guarded by Tamagami, that must be defeated to gain that Dragon Ball. No one has ever actually gathered them and made a wish before. That's interesting. We don't know what this dragon's going to look like. How many wishes, maybe? I guess if Neba made them. Is that right?
So Degasu seems surprised that Earth's Shenlong could do 3 wishes. So I'm guessing just the 1.
Could be. Yeah.
And Glorio says, you could say the Demon Realm Dragon Balls are the original. Hold up. Now, this
Glorio
is another continuity break.
Zalama.
It's another continuity break. And that's okay. That's okay. Dear listener, it's okay. I'm okay with it. You can be okay with it too. The movies were their own things. This can be its own thing too. That's all right.
True. Mm-hmm.
But just another continuity break.
Yeah.
I got a list going.
Goku pitches that they gathered them on the way to save Dende. And I think his thing is, if we get him and Dende's okay, we can become adults and then go and get him, defeat Goma. If he's killed on the way there, we use them to wish Dende back, and then we use the Earth Dragon Balls to get us back to our normal bodies. And they're all kind of like, yeah, I guess that works.
During this whole part, the way that Glorio's acting, Doug, it reminds me in Breaking Bad. When Walt is spinning some BS to Skylar, and she's just not buying it. That's Glorio, and Kaioshin's like, you're being way too upfront and friendly and on board with this.
Yeah. So I'm keeping an eye on you because something's not right about you.
Yeah.
You're not telling us something, at least. You're lying to us in some aspect. Why does he work in the first realm? Does he commute every day?
Right? Why is he allowed to go back and forth when it's so closed off? That's no, you can't use that tunnel. You can't go to that hatch because you don't have the clearance to do it.
Well,
stuff's not adding up.
He's like a secret agent for King Kadan.
Yeah.
So on that level, I'm buying it. But yeah, he's up to no good.
Something is going on. At the next town, the military group Kempeitai, or oh god, this is French, Gendarmerie, run by the Demon King, is demanding an increase in gold coins as the offerings have been too small under Dabra, and those who can't afford it lose 3 years of their life per coin. So we're up from 1 coin per person to 3.
And they just suck the years out of them? What the hell is that machine?
And then running will cost you another 10.
It's true. Does it just take those years out of you, or does it age you? Because hook Goku up to that machine. We don't need to use the wishes. I'll be an adult in 5 seconds.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh,
I didn't even think about it. I was watching with Andrew, and he's like, "Why don't he just use that to get old?"
That's gotta be, yeah.
I'm sure it's just takes away life energy.
I don't know. That could be a way they could write themselves out of that corner of if they need to become older. I don't know.
This is for Neva. The whole deal for Neva helping Granola was that Goma was that Goma was going to give him 1,000 years of life.
Oh,
he was going to extend his life by 1,000 years. That's what this is.
Think about that.
It's gotta be.
That must be what it is. Oh, and that's what the tax is for. Okay, that makes sense. Dude, how pissed I would be if I was that guy that got his 3 years sucked out, and then people decide to go save the rest of the people.
Yeah. What could he have done with those 3 years? I guess we'll never know. But at least that old man was saved.
But this is where I'm talking about the whole Omega thing again. They're just shaking people down for money.
Yeah.
This is better because it's not just for money. It's you're going to lose actual time alive. I mean, I guess they were losing their homes and stuff, which does suck.
Hey, we live in a society. This is what this is just showing us.
You can't afford it?
Taxes,
get out.
Taxes.
Now, you can't get out. You can't even move because we've sealed off all of the exits.
When does the masked Majin show up here?
So this is when Goku is I'm going to go do something about it. And Glorio's like, nah, don't interfere. And then the masked Majin shows up. It's I got a wasabi bomb. Somewhere around there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It's after the guy gets his 3 years sucked out, and the second guy's older is about to.
So yeah, got a wasabi bomb, but it's a dud, and they start to give chase to the Mouse Majin. Goku's like, I gotta go in now and save people. And it's butt kicking time.
We do get the cool wall jumping that he does. Very Mario 64.
We get a lot of cool like Noibo attacks too, like uses. Like he pushes one guy, which then he extends it and pushes a guy behind him with it. It's so good.
Oh,
I don't know.
Speaking of Noibo.
I don't know who their choreographer is for all these, but these are good, man. Goku takes on all these soldiers by himself, and then the mysterious person takes off their mask, revealing the demon girl underneath, who asks Goku and company who they are. So it's Pansy.
Absolutely pawn-coded.
To the extreme.
I mean, we're going to find out next episode, right? What her personality is like. Mm-hmm. And I really hope that she's somehow not like Pawn at all. Not that, like, whatever, that's fine. I just...
Yeah.
Stop making me draw comparisons to GT.
To GT. Yeah, it's too much. It's like they literally said, let's just do GT, but better. It's like, no. Like, not that. Not that much.
It seems like such a tired comparison, and I am also tired of making it. But they keep drawing these connections.
Stop showing me a Pan and a Trunks alternate to GT.
Look, just let it happen. It's okay. I wish, I don't want a full, like, here's the whole show, binge it. Give me an episode a day, because I feel like an episode a week is too long to wait for some of this stuff.
But this comes back to what I was saying earlier, right? This is Toriyama's swan song, right, as we've been told.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be having these questions every episode. I want to just enjoy it without the baggage of the other stuff that's not been
You just got to have a different approach, because I see that stuff and I go, oh, that's neat. I don't go like, oh, it's just the same thing again.
But it's so hard to not draw the comparison. That's why I feel like I'm so happy. I'll be so happy when Piccolo and Vegeta arrive. It'll shake it up from the comparison of GT. Instead of these three characters, it's like a whole gang now together with different dynamics to bounce off of to change things up.
Just keep 17 out of here. I don't want to see him.
Now, did he get turned into a kid? Because he did hold up some people at gunpoint to offer Genki to the Genki Dama. So
technically,
that's considered helps. Yeah.
Then the whole Earth would have, because they all gave it their energy.
Oh, that's true. Good point.
The staff, though, didn't get changed into kids. So
I guess because they're selfish and they don't like Mr. Satan.
Whoa.
Even though he's there at the party, they were serving him.
They're Chicken Man followers.
They work for Bulma, not for Satan. So
it's true. That's true. So that's kind of where we end episode 4, Chatty. And next time, we're gonna see Pansy, right? We're gonna see more King Goma.
Yeah. That's the things we got. We just got to get
Moro
through.
Show up.
There's Moro. We got to get through introduction to Pansy. We got to get through Vegeta and Piccolo showing up again, and we got to get through Demon World 1 or Demon World 3, where they're at now. Like, all right, we get it. It's a desolate, empty place. Let's do something.
I would say Piccolo and Vegeta show up whenever we get to the second Demon World, because that's going to be the Namek world.
I guess that's when Piccolo needs to be there to learn stuff.
Well, I mean, he knows a lot, so he's just going to lore dump probably instead.
I don't know.
And then in this episode, Piccolo takes a lore dump, and we're all going to watch for 20 minutes. Oh, man. Well, I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
And I hope you two don't drag me down.
Well, okay. I'm not having a bad time. Let me
speak for both of us. Speak for both of us, Kenny. Go ahead.
When I watch it and I'm in the moment, I am enjoying it. But we have a podcast about the show that we're watching. And
fair.
So I am thinking in like a hypercritical way when it comes time to do this.
Right. I don't think you're thinking about it in that way because of the podcast. I think you're wiki-pilled, because the first thing you're doing after you watch these episodes is go write wiki pages.
Yeah, that's also true. But I don't want to come across as overly negative about this. Like I said this at the top. When I'm in the moment watching these episodes, I am having a good time.
Yes.
But the urge to rewatch them is not there.
So that was my feeling when I went to go see Star Wars Episode 9. I watched it and I'm like, I'm having a good time. And then as soon as I got out, I'm like, that movie sucked. Like, I was having a good time, but that movie blows.
I wouldn't say suck is a hard word. I'm just being overly critical of things that I wish weren't so obviously GT and so slowly paced.
Yeah, like I said, give me more episodes. Give me more than one a week. I need one a day.
And I'm very optimistic that things are gonna not change. It's just gonna get more. We'll just get more and things that we don't already are aware of.
I really got to get back to doing my Dragon Ball Super rewatch because I was like thinking it has to be better when it's not week to week. When you're watching it in more chunks, it's got to be more enjoyable, right?
No.
Now, have either of you sat down and watched Super after it aired when you watched it week to week?
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it week to week. I watched it. I binged it.
Interesting.
Yeah. I watched a good chunk of the Tournament of Power lead up. I binged a lot of that. That stuff's good, actually.
The Tournament of Power
show falls apart in the Tournament of Power.
Yeah, I was like, the Tournament of Power itself is such a bad thing to watch binged because it's nonstop character reactions like, oh my god, they're so strong. Oh my god, they're so strong. Oh no, like it's that for like 20 or 90% of the episode.
Being a monster of the week sort of style really works better as a weekly thing.
A weekly thing, exactly, yeah.
I feel you. Okay, well, let's just bring that to a close, and then we're going to take a break, and we're going to hear what you guys had to say about Glorio and some other stuff, so stick around. And we're back here with more. We got a pod, but this time we're going to hear what you guys had to say. And as always, Ken, manning those socials, putting out the call, he had asked us, what are your thoughts on Glorio, this enigmatic emissary? Does he do anything for you? Let us know your Glorio.
What?
Let us know your Glorio-tastic thoughts. So, yeah, man, maybe he's your thing. Some people are into blue people, and I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum. Jake J. Lunar says, Glorio seems like a pretty cool guy and doesn't afraid of anything. His little smirk after hyping up Goku on fighting the Ball Lords suggests he appears to have his own agenda. Between that and the unrevealed wish that Degasu asked Goma for, I think something stinky is afoot.
Yeah.
It's true. We got some mysteries.
Walter White.
Sprinkled stuff in there. Yeah.
Jacob Sawyer writes in and says, watching him fight is awesome. He's definitely a mysterious character. In the last episode with Goku wanting to go after the Dragon Balls, am I crazy or did he sort of smile to himself in a all according to plan kind of way?
Oh.
Very curious to see what his deal actually is.
Yeah. I mean, because everyone has got to be wanting the Dragon Balls, and now that they find that these guys might have the power to do so.
Yeah. Skylar, I swear it was a fugue state.
It was a fugue state, Skylar.
I'll be interested to see some more of his fighting prowess, because after all, he's going to be a character in Sparking Zero for Daima DLC. So, like, dude's got to have some moves. I mean, we could just do full power energy wave or like gun blasting, which is taken away from Jocko, I think, and is unfair. But it is what it is. I don't know.
Glorio, pass me your gun. Which one?
That's half the episode is them figuring out which gun.
Yeah. Parker Rico says, I feel like he'll either warm up to the main crew or betray them later on, but who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. There you go, Parker. Just kind of going with the flow. I like that approach.
It's got to be like, I betray them, but then like, we've been through so many adventures. I like them. I'll go save them.
I don't know. That's tired.
It's so tired, and that's why I'm like thinking that's what it's going to be.
He pulls off the mask. No, he pulls off the mask. It's Doltaki, guys.
Oh, dude. I knew it. GT. Stop. Pika Fan 3 writes in with some confusing thoughts about Glorio. Just says, I'm neutral on Daima right now, but I'm confident in the conflict becoming more engaging soon. Cheers, smiley face. So Pika Fan wrote in, ignored the prompt. So I'll just read what they wrote here at the end. Again, I kid. We always are very thankful when you write in. The 2-episode strength is its whimsical approach to explaining the Demon Realm's world. However, the conflict of saving Dende is unnecessarily stretched out. With each new conflict having too much redundant dialogue, the conflict becomes engaging with the introduction of Pansy, and I am invested to see where the story goes. For a split second, I almost read that as Ponzi, and that's how pawn-minded I am about Ponzi. Thank you again, Pika Fan 3, for writing in.
Absolutely. Thank you. Domi Bori. Is this somebody new? Like, I've always had a bad time remembering.
So. Shouts out.
Okay. Yeah, shouts out, Domi Bori. He is not doing much for me. Story moving a little slow. Animation is fantastic. But for a story that takes place after the Boo arc and is connected to it, just doesn't line up. If the Boo arc is a tiger, this is more like a goldfish. They just don't line up for me.
Hey.
Still optimistic.
Actually, it's a pop-eyed goldfish.
Yeah.
Randy. Same mind.
Same mind.
I hate podcasting with you guys. Kai Alone writes in and says, I like this guy. It's clear he's got stuff. He's not telling the gang. So I wonder when the other shoe's going to drop. His story about the third king doesn't quite add up with what we saw. He doesn't wear a collar like all the other third Demon World folk we've seen so far, except the trolls, I guess. It's all kind of interesting. We never really had an assumed good guy ally become a villain down the line in Dragon Ball from what I recall. So maybe that could be a first with him, but I don't know. I feel he's got his own agenda, but will come clean eventually and will still be buddies. Also, yeah, he looks like Mira, but I highly doubt he's him.
So last time we were talking about, I can't remember what it was, and I said, or we have people we don't know becoming people we do know. And my thought was via fusion, could be the bugs or something, that Glorio becomes Mira and Doctor Arinsu and somebody else becomes Toa. So we've already got a connection to Dabra there. You know, if Dabra's got another sister or something she confused with.
Know of those characters from playing those games enough to warrant them.
They're in Xenoverse.
Surprise reveal.
Yeah, they're in Xenoverse, and they were also in Kakarot.
I don't think I've ever played Xenoverse enough to encounter them.
They're the main bad guys.
Right there.
Yeah, well, I guess I didn't play Xenoverse then.
So it's like, I don't know. I mean, why not just take the stuff that has been used in other stuff and introduce it to, you know, this audience? I mean, it's what they did with Xenoverse in the first place because they were Dragon Ball Online content.
I can see that, but sometimes it's just fun to keep things separate. Like nothing has to. We don't need another Skywalker related to Skywalker thing. You know what I mean?
No. I mean, we're already in the demon realm, and that's where they're from. So it's like,
we're already. Yeah, everyone is from the demon realm, Doug. We're already in that territory.
Justin Future, I like him, but feel like he has some plan to use the Dragon Balls. Oh yeah, the guy's got designs on them balls.
Julian writes in, @5Julian. Definitely secret motives, but it seems over the course of the show, he's going to warm up to the main cast and end up helping them during some hopeless conflict.
Hey.
Not sold on the Mira theories, though. Okay, I gotta say, when we floated the Mira thing, it's
Julian
a joke
is with me
for the most part, right? But wouldn't it be cool? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, could be. I mean, I'm
throwing ideas out there to see what sticks.
I assume there's been a lot of talk about that. I don't know. I'm not on the socials all that much, so I don't know what people are talking about and what info is out there and what theories are popular. I don't know.
I did draw a little fan art of like a Mira turning into.
Oh, did you?
To what's his face? I already forgot his name. Glorio.
Turned into what's his face. So, guys, that's it for all those. Thank you everybody for writing in. Really appreciate it. Joining us on this journey. So I want to bring up, just like all the time, Spotify, we got polls and all that stuff over there. So go check out the episodes there. Last time we did episodes 1 and 2, and our poll was, is Jaka John your new Jaka Jam? And we had a few different options. 1, I can't stop listening. 2, it's pretty good. Yeah. 3, take it or leave it. Or not a Jaka fan.
Nice. Pon.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Who won?
Who won? It's a two-way tie between I can't stop listening and it's pretty good, yeah. With nobody saying that they are not a Jaka fan.
I might have been on the it's pretty good, yeah category until I watched Tyson's video on the Totally Not Mark channel about the song and like gained more an appreciation for the song and like, yeah, this song does whip ass.
I was working on something. Hey, you used that. And you
that's for you. That's for you, baby.
Thanks, man. Last week I was working on something, and you know what I did? I just put the TV-sized opening of Jaka John on loop, and it probably played, I don't know, 25 times. And I had it was great. But I'm a psycho who can do that, so don't ever listen to my opinions.
There was one day I listened to Blizzard from the Broly movie.
Whoa.
And that's a full-length song like 50 times in a row.
Oh my.
Full bass turned all the way up, dude.
Such a slow start, though.
Yeah. Well, that's your breather when you're listening to it 50 times in a row.
That's true.
So they can't no longer the start. Level 10 all the time. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So, guys, I got bad news. Zenpai reached out to me yesterday, checking in on if we need trivia? And I said, yeah. And I said, we're doing Daima episodes 3 and 4. And he never said anything ever again.
Yes!
I was so ready to raise my King Cold chair.
Let's go. Yeah, I got my Goku Daima mini up and available.
You guys can do it again another time. But you've been given a brief reprieve this time. So look out. Zenpai, I urge you, give me 6 questions next week.
Oh my God. Don't give him more work to do.
No. I'm just thinking about you guys and putting you through the ringer. That's what I'm doing. I guess I should also consider the human toll that is his mental anguish of having to come up with these. So there's a little bit of a break for you all. So enjoy that. Have that breather.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for listening. We love interacting with you and keeping you in the conversation, talking about our favorite franchise in the world. Post at us on our socials at We Get a Pod. And hey, you can throw an email over at us at wegetapod@gmail.com.
And thank you to Rifti Beats for letting us use his track Kakarot Theme Hip Hop Trap Remix. You can find that song and other great music by Rifti on his SoundCloud. Ken, where can the people find you?
That was a cool wink. You can find me over at detectivex.bsky.social.
What? Okay.
Trying to make it happen.
Let's do it, Randy.
You can find me at Saber_Breaker on pretty much everything. I don't think I've posted on Blue Sky in, 9 months.
But you still have the account, right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Do I have an account? Did you guys give me... Do I need a referral code for that?
No, you don't need that anymore.
That's the other one? Gotcha.
No.
I probably have one then.
He didn't.
I didn't.
Oh, classic Doug fashion. We gave him referral codes, and he wouldn't sign up for one.
I'll get around to it. But if I do, you can find it at Drbaz Doug, just like everywhere else.
So thanks for listening. Guys, apparently those Cell Juniors in the algorithm like it when you subscribe, you review, you comment below, you do the polls on Spotify, and of course, when you tell your friends and you tell all the other moms at the PTA meetings, or tell your mom to tell the other moms at the PTA meetings, however you want to go about that. Let's get the mom army out there for
cut out the middle mom.
Yeah, cut out the middle mom. There's no topping that, guys. We'll catch you matanator.
Bye. Cut out the middle mom.
That's our new slogan.
Yeah. We're no longer We Got a Pod. Dragon Ball from A to Z. We got a podcast. Cut out the middle mom. Just get her out of there.